For much of modern life, we are taught to pursue success. From an early age, the message is clear. Work hard, achieve your goals, build a career, earn more money, and create a life that appears successful from the outside. While there is nothing inherently wrong with ambition, many people eventually discover that success and meaning are not the same thing. A person can have a respected job, financial security, and an impressive list of accomplishments, and still feel that something is missing. At the same time, another person may lead a relatively ordinary life, and yet experience a deep sense of fulfillment and purpose. This raises an important question: what makes life meaningful? It is a question that philosophers, psychologists, and spiritual leaders have explored for centuries. Although their answers vary, they often point towards the same conclusion. A meaningful life is not defined by what we accumulate. It is defined by how we connect, contribute, and grow. The difference between success and meaning. Success is often measured externally. It can be seen in promotions, qualifications, income, or recognition. Meaning, on the other hand, is largely an internal experience. It comes from feeling that our lives matter, that our actions align with our values, and that our time is being spent in ways that feel worthwhile. This distinction matters because many people spend years chasing achievements under the assumption that fulfillment will automatically follow. Sometimes it does. More often, however, the excitement of reaching a goal fades surprisingly quickly. A promotion that once felt life-changing soon becomes normal. A new purchase loses its novelty. A milestone that seemed enormously important is replaced by another target on the horizon. Meaning works differently. Rather than depending on a specific achievement, it tends to emerge from the overall direction of a person's life. It is less about what we have and more about why we do what we do. Meaning is often found in relationships. When people reflect on the most important moments of their lives, they rarely begin by talking about material possessions. Instead, they talk about people. They remember friendships that shaped them, conversations that changed their perspective, family members who supported them during difficult periods, and experiences shared with those they love. These connections provide a sense of belonging that is difficult to find elsewhere. In an age where technology allows constant communication, genuine connection has become increasingly valuable. Many people are surrounded by information, but feel isolated from meaningful relationships. As a result, investing time and energy in the people who matter most may be one of the most powerful ways to create a more meaningful life. Relationships remind us that our lives are connected to something larger than ourselves. They provide support during challenges and help make moments of joy more memorable. Purpose gives direction to everyday life. Meaning is also closely linked to purpose. Purpose does not necessarily mean changing the world or dedicating yourself to a grand mission. In reality, purpose can be remarkably personal. It may come from raising children, helping others, building a business, creating art, teaching, mentoring, or contributing to a local community. What matters is not the scale of the activity, but the sense that it contributes to something worthwhile. People who feel connected to a purpose often find it easier to navigate setbacks and uncertainty. Challenges still exist, but they become easier to endure because they are linked to a larger goal. Without purpose, even comfortable lives can begin to feel directionless. With purpose, ordinary days can take on a deeper significance. Growth creates a sense of progress. Human beings are naturally drawn towards growth. We want to learn, improve, and expand our capabilities. This desire does not disappear once we leave school or establish a career. In many ways, it becomes even more important. A meaningful life often includes a sense of ongoing development. This could involve learning a new skill, exploring a creative interest, improving physical health, or simply becoming a wiser and more thoughtful person. Growth gives us a reason to remain curious about the future. It prevents life from becoming stagnant and reminds us that there is always more to discover. Importantly, growth is not about perfection. The goal is not to become flawless. Rather, it is about continuing to evolve and engage with life in a meaningful way. Contribution matters more than we think. Many people spend significant amounts of time focusing on personal goals. While there is value in self-improvement, meaning often deepens when attention shifts beyond ourselves. Acts of contribution, whether large or small, can have a profound impact on well-being. Helping a colleague, volunteering for a cause, supporting a friend, or sharing knowledge with others can create a sense of purpose that purely personal achievements cannot always provide. Contribution reminds us that our actions affect other people. It reinforces the idea that our lives have value not only because of what we accomplish, but because of the difference we make. This does not require extraordinary sacrifice. Often, the most meaningful contributions are woven into everyday life. The importance of being present. Many people spend their lives preparing for the future. They tell themselves they will relax once they achieve a certain goal, earn a certain income, or reach a particular stage of life. Yet the future has a habit of continually moving further away. A meaningful life requires the ability to appreciate the present as well. This does not mean abandoning ambition. It means recognizing that life is happening now, not at some distant point in the future. Meaning is often found in simple experiences that are easy to overlook. Sharing a meal with friends, taking a walk without distractions, reading a good book, or enjoying a quiet conversation. These moments may not appear impressive on social media, but they frequently become the memories we value most. There is no universal formula. One of the most reassuring truths about meaning is that it is deeply personal. What creates fulfillment for one person may not create fulfillment for another. Some people find meaning through family, while others find it through creativity, service, exploration, or intellectual pursuits. The challenge is not discovering a universal answer. The challenge is identifying what genuinely matters to you. This requires reflection and honesty. It involves looking beyond external expectations and asking whether the life you are building aligns with your own values. When people do this, they often discover that meaning has been available all along. It simply became obscured by noise, pressure, and the constant pursuit of more. A life well lived. The question of what makes life meaningful does not have a single answer. Yet certain themes appear again and again. Strong relationships, a sense of purpose, personal growth, contribution, and presence all play an important role in creating a life that feels rich and worthwhile. Perhaps the most important lesson is that meaning is not something we find once and keep forever. It is something we create through the choices we make each day. A meaningful life is rarely built through dramatic moments alone. More often, it emerges gradually through the way we spend our time, the people we care about, and the values we choose to live by. In a world that constantly encourages us to do more, earn more, and achieve more, it may be worth remembering that the things that make life meaningful are often far simpler than we imagine. Key takeaways. Meaning and success are not the same thing. Strong relationships are one of the most important sources of fulfillment. A sense of purpose gives direction to everyday life. Personal growth helps create lasting satisfaction. Contribution and connection often matter more than achievement alone. For more about your personal development, consider to subscribe and hit the notification bell.